Call it Motown, call it the Motor City. To Lions fans, this is home. Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Here is the Spring League star, Jake Bates, set to get this one going. And off we go from Ford Field. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, former Notre Damer Kyron Williams. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. The defense with a statement on the game's first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing.
Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. Now, deep shot for Amon-Ra. And the Rams are going to get the football at their own 23.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here comes Williams on the toss to the right. And that is going nowhere fast. Disastrous play. A big loss.
You have to appreciate the effort. The guy's given everything he has to try to make something out of nothing, but understand sometimes you just have to live to survive another down and not take a big loss.
3rd and long. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like, living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Raymond going to return it. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Darius Williams. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now it's a bootleg with Stafford. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. Now it's going to be 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Amik Robertson. And he won't be able to take it all the way in, but that is a great return, and they are set up 1st and goal.
The #1 rule of attempting a red zone pass, Mike, is if you're going to miss, you've got to miss where nobody can get it. And that includes the defense. At least if it goes incomplete, you have a field goal in your back pocket, you come away with points. But instead, you put it close to a defender, he comes up with a huge pick to keep points off the board.
1st and goal, and here's Montgomery. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6.
The 6-yard line. I'll pick up a 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Second and goal. One more time with Montgomery. And he got half of what he needed from the 6 to the 3.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to sneak it here. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. They'll try it now with Montgomery. Powering forward. He's in. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on 4th and goal with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points. But not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. Oh, and now look at this. It's a fake. And this is not going to come close to fooling anyone. Hard to believe they thought that would work. It didn't, and they get nothing on the extra point. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. He gets swarmed under. Doesn't even get to the 15. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield. The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And the defense can come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. Really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future. Maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Here's Ethan Evans now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. He'll take this in back at the 16. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Open man downfield, it's Laporta. Wow, out of bounds, inside the 10, it's 1st and goal. It is a big play there for the Lions. 71 yards.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's a run. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Detroit. That's 2 touchdowns for him now in this 1st quarter alone. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. Give him a 2nd touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the 1st.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
So after the touchdown, It's Bates to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They go play action with Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes.
Now for the third time in the first quarter, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Carlton Davis.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
So they made it a priority here early to try to get him the ball in the first quarter, but that was their third attempt. None of them have resulted in a catch. I think you got to start looking elsewhere. You don't want to get into a position, Mike, where you feel like you're forcing the guy the ball and forcing your offense to run through him.
Goff with the give to Montgomery. What can they do here on third down and 7? From the gun, it's Goff. That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
On fourth down, Goff. He'll send it downfield for Laporta. And that is going to be knocked away. Incomplete. And with that, time has expired here in the opening quarter. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To throw is Stafford. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
This is why every defense wants to play with the lead, because it allows them to just tee off on the quarterback. Go rush the passer. You're not worried about them handing the ball off or a little quick game. You know they're chasing points, so what can you do? You can get after this guy, and boy, have they ever. Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
From the gun on third down. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. That's the safety, Kirby Joseph. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On the ground, Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Christian Roseboom.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
Now here's another ball that's intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety.
You know, Mike, the one thing that we used to say is it didn't matter how good you were or how long you played. Eventually, you're just going to have one of those days, and I think for this quarterback, he's got to be able to move on from this pretty quickly because this is about as bad a day in the office as you can imagine.
On first down, it's Goff. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. That's the safety, Cameron Curl. And the Rams have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermine before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Stafford. Huff brings it in left side. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Out of the gun, Stafford. He'll get this complete. It's Cup again. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Here's a shot toward the end zone. And the Lions will get the ball at their own 17-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. So they start this on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Throwing, Goff. Now pass deep for St. Brown. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Quentin Lake. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
All right, so that's consecutive drives now. You've come out here and thrown interceptions. I think at this point, Mike, it's time to run the ball. It's time to give this offense a little bit of a reset, settle this quarterback down. And if nothing else, let's cool off this secondary. They are flying to the ball. They are taking chance after chance. Let's remove them from the defense for a while, make them defend the run, and let's get our offense back on track.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, The ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
He's got it inside the 5. And he will get into the end zone. Cooper Kupp, touchdown, L.A.
And here's a great example, Mike, of how experience and having some veteran players at these key spots, they can work so well together. The whole idea is you need to see the game through the eyes of the quarterback, and I think that's what the receiver did such a nice job in. He was on time, he was accurate, and you never fool your quarterback. When you have two guys like this that are operating on the same page, you can see the result.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Goff to throw. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick 1st down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch. And that's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
They face 2nd down and 7. One more time for Montgomery. Down the sideline, past the 45. A gain there of 16 yards. 1st down, Detroit.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
1st carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Lions 1st down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Goff. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Here's Goff. He's going to air this one out. That is hard. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's got another one. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions. What a half he is putting together. That's his third touchdown already. Here's Bates for the extra point. Now it's a fake. They'll flip it to the kicker. This will be incomplete. Not sure what they could have seen that makes this a good call. Going for it with a fake on an extra point, and they get nothing out of it. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. That's caught downfield by Robinson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
Goff going to throw here on first and 10. He's got his tight end downfield. It's right. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
This is exactly what you want to do as an offense as you take the field following what they call these sudden change situations. Your defense does a great job, Mike, taking the ball away. The opposing defense now is kind of slow getting on the field. So what do? You challenge them downfield. After that successful throw, the next step is you want to come away with points.
That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. First and goal coming up. Goff. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a second and goal.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most. And I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Throwing on second down, Goff. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. And now third and goal coming up. Now Goff. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future. Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. So we've reached halftime here at Ford Field, and the Lions have the lead. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Third quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. Reynolds now on the return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Let's call it for what it is, Mike. I mean, right now, this team is winning in spite of him. Certainly not because of him. And what's really concerning is that's the most important position on the team. And if they are able to hold on and they do pull this game out, it could wind up being one of the most poor performances we've ever seen in a winning effort that I can recall in a long time.
Call it a gain of 13. First down, Detroit. Now, Goff. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack. 2nd down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. He's going to try it here again. And he will score. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A first down throw for Stafford. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by Brian Branch.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
On second down, Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
Patrick motioning here. Goff to throw on first down. It is caught left side by St. Brown. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
On the handoff, it's Montgomery. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. From the gun, it's Goff. He's going to run it. And the Lions are going to have a first and goal. Very near. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon.
It's a great job here by the quarterback keeping the play alive. You can tell once he avoided the rush and became a runner, he looked up and goes, hey, I got a path to the pylon. I might be able to score. He couldn't quite make it all the way, but he sets his guys up now in prime.
And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Jared Goff. Touchdown, Lions. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
To throw is Goff. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. drive begins with a run by Williams. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
The challenge of playing a running back like this is you feel like you have him under control. You're doing a nice job putting the lid on him, and then all of a sudden, he's got a big spark play like this. That's the challenge. These guys are just so talented. You can only keep them down so long. That was a really nice run.
First down, right back to Williams. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Ifeatu Melifonwu. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Detroit. Second half, and the defense continues to be item one in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a pick six here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. That's the safety, Cameron Curl. And the Rams are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Cup in motion. They go play action with Stafford. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. On second down, here's Stafford. That one incomplete.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
He's got a man. That's It's Nakua, complete. 17 yards that time for number 17.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
The motion man is Nakua. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
The 47-yard line.
Now it's Williams. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's a bootleg with Stafford. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs and typically throwing the ball on 1st down.
And more of the same. Another interception. And the Lions are going to get it back here just past the 35. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts.
And at this point on the sideline, Mike, it just has to feel like deja vu. I mean, really, the last 2 drives, same story. Continuing to drive, have something brewing, and then you just stall out in the exact same fashion. You can't put the ball in harm's way. You're not going to win a lot of football games if you do.
Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
That's over the middle. Taken in by Laporta. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Montgomery. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll go with the sneak. They'll try to push forward, but only a yard down to the 2. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone yet again. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Stafford now to throw on first down. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by Carlton Davis. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The Lions take over first.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Now a give to Montgomery, heading right. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Patrick motioning here. On first down, it's Goff. This is hot toward the side of the end zone. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Detroit. Greg in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Throwing here is Goff. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. And he will go all the way. Puka Nakua. Touchdown, Rams. On comes Joshua Carty for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Rams will get just a bit closer. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Goff to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
They just have to be better on first down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on first down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
A second down throw for Goff. And that's going to be incomplete, but there's a penalty flag on the field. We'll let the officiating crew sort this one out. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Working free downfield. It is Williams. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 87 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let-up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
Now Goff leads the Lions for a 2-point try.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Now Montgomery. And they continue to pour it on into the end zone. Tack on 2 more points.
14.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And angling for the sideline, but that ball will go out of bounds, so they try to pin them deep with a directional kick, but it backfires. With the ball out of bounds, it'll come out to the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Stafford. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight...
And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jack Campbell.
I got to give credit, Mike, where credit is due. I mean, they have played a complete game in all facets of football. I mean, the scoreboard pretty much reflects what we've seen play out here over the last 4 quarters.
Goff. Now, deep shot for Amon-Ra. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense...
Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. They've got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down to stay ahead of the chains so 3rd down is not so daunting.
He'll let this one go long for Williams. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. Here's the Lions punt team now. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. And he didn't give the Gunners a chance to get down there and make a play for him. It's into the end zone and a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Amik Robertson. And he is just going to waltz his way in. The pick six. A touchdown for the defense. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg their second pick six of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's one pick six, but to get two pick sixes in the same game, this defense is on fire.
Now, how about this? It's a fake. And this is not going to come close to fooling anyone. Hard to believe they thought that would work. It didn't, and they get nothing on the extra point. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 15. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. First down, Stafford. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Working out of the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, there's refusing to take your foot off the gas, and then there's this. I'm not even sure really how to classify it. I mean, to have this type of lead in the fourth quarter and still continue to air it out. I'll tell you what.
And more of the same. Another interception. That's the safety, Cameron Curl.
Even though that interception, it probably won't have much of an impact on the outcome of the game, but at least defensively it gives them something positive to build off of, because up until that point, this game's been a struggle.
On first down, it is Williams. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
It just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense, just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. A shotgun snap to Stafford. He'll find his tight end in the middle of the field to Higbee. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. About 19 yards on that one. And they're in business. It's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. It is brought in the end zone. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Los Angeles. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The extra point from Carty is good. And the Rams cut into the lead a little bit. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Here's Goff. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. That's the safety, Cameron Curl.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
A 1st down throw and the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats.
And more of the same. Another interception. And the Lions are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
Goff to throw on 1st down. He'll send it downfield for Laporta. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them. Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
To throw is Goff. He's going to dial up another deep ball. Is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown. I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead, and they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Now it's Stafford. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Here's the 3rd and final timeout for the Lions. They'll stop it with a little over 30 left in the game. It is 3rd and 10. Now Stafford. It's complete. He's got Cup. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game.
And that final throw here is intercepted. Picked off by Amik Robertson.
And really the story of the day for this offense, Mike, is it's just been far too many self-inflicted wounds. You're not going to overcome being reckless with the ball, inconsistent with the passing game, and beat teams in the NFL. It's just not going to happen, and the bad day at the office just continues.
Here we go. One final play. He'll let this one go long for Williams. He's got it! And they're going to add 6 more here at the end. Stay tuned for the coach's handshake. It might not be the friendliest. That late touchdown extends the margin of victory here on the game's final play. So it's a win here for the Lions. And they were able to run up a big point total here, higher even than the 72 points put up by Washington in 1966. That was the previous record. They were able to surpass it in this one. An incredible record-setting offensive performance. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.
Sometimes you gotta lose yourself to find yourself again. Welcome back, Marlena.